Hey guys, how we doing today?
Good morning, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, Adam, you purchased The Village. You pick it, we'll watch it. Uh, M. Night Shyamalan. We were
Right.
talking about M. Night a little bit before we started this episode.
Sure.
I think I'm probably a little higher on him than you are.
Yeah, I jumped off the M. Night Shyamalan train way early.
Yeah,
Um,
which is fair.
but yeah, sure.
Your mileage will vary.
Everyone,
depending on
everyone knows his career arc, right? He is the new Orson Welles as far as peaking way early.
Yeah,
He peaked with his first movie.
sure.
I don't think anyone's going to argue that his best movie is The Sixth
Do you know
Sense.
technically that's his second movie?
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
because
that.
he had a really small indie movie in the '90s that I
Sure.
don't believe had a twist, but like
Right.
that. You're right though. This was
This
his
was
first
it.
arrival.
And everyone thought, obviously he was young, expecting
Yeah.
big things. I saw it in the theater, on opening night with a bunch of friends, and I haven't seen it since.
Wow.
Well, I just feel like this is one of those, like, the whole point of the movie is building to a surprise.
Sure.
So why watch it again when I know the surprise?
My take is it's like you're right. The surprise is done.
Right.
Like once that cat's out of the bag, you can't put it back in. But the fun part of that comes in the details
Sure.
of watching the movie and being like, oh, there's that. There's
Sure.
that.
I'm sure. And I'm not saying I wouldn't get anything out of it if I watch it again. I feel like
Very well made. I mean, it's really,
yeah, absolutely. I feel like for me the strongest part of the movie was actually Toni Collette.
she's amazing, isn't she?
She is a
Yeah.
incredible actor. I thought that she carried that movie for me.
Yeah.
There's the schlocky parts of it, which is the point of the movie. I'm not knocking it. And then there's like the emotional mother daughter
She
or
always brings them.
mother daughter with her mother, and then mother son with her.
Yeah.
That was so well done by Shyamalan with the writing and
Mm-hmm.
obviously her performance that I felt like resonated with me more than anything else in the movie.
She always crushes it. She really does.
And then I watched Signs.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it as far as why does everyone love that. I thought Signs was overrated and I was kind of dumb. And then, like, he kept making movies and everyone kept saying, whoa, this sucked after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, I'm not missing anything. So I never went back. Now, I know now, over the last couple of years, he's kind of rebounded and found his niche as like a low to middle budget thriller guy.
I've been enjoying it.
That people have really enjoyed. So I'm honestly not knocking the guy. He sounds like he's doing better now that he's not swinging for the fences on every movie.
Sure. Always still swinging.
But
still swinging.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen Old, obviously, but I watched like the pitch meeting thing for it.
Yeah.
And all I took away from it is this is not a movie I would enjoy watching. It's just not my aesthetic.
It's probably more in the same vein as Signs, but
Sure.
But the idea, it's high concept. It's got incredible.
All of his movies are high concept films. Sure.
And look, I've seen the first 2 or 3 movies he did. Obviously, The Sixth Sense, Signs, and then I think Unbreakable. Yeah.
Sure.
No, I did not see Unbreakable. But maybe it was like Lady in the Water or something.
Oh, I saw Lady in the Water too. I got dragged to it by someone else, and I hated it.
I'm kind of scatterbrained on his early work.
Sure.
I hear the wheels kind of come off after this movie, The Village, right?
Yeah, because wasn't there the Mark Wahlberg
The Happening,
which I've seen parts of on TV, and it looks as bad as everyone says it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Airbender, the Avatar movie, apparently is terrible. I've not seen it.
Obviously. I saw it when I was in 5th grade, and it was atrocious.
Sure.
It was a 5th grader. I was like, I'm too old for this.
Right. So, I mean, you got to respect the fact that the guy took chances. Yeah. It sounds like he's doing better artistically and commercially now that he's not being given these massive budgets to make these massive, new IPs and blockbusters
himself, which is really cool. It makes all of his movies in Philadelphia. And I saw Trapped this year. One of the only movies I've seen this year because I have not been to the theater, and
I haven't either.
I had a fun time with it. I really did. So
good.
I'm hoping this is going to be a fun one. Like I said,
I don't know where this comes in, and I know it's older, but I don't know where this fits in with everything else.
I think people are genuinely divided on it.
Sure,
and I like that.
I do too. Yeah, I didn't like when Adam selected the movie. I wasn't like, oh God, no, not this. I was like, okay, cool. I have very little experience with Shyamalan. Now, if he would have said you're going to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, I might be like,
or Lady in the Water,
right? Yeah, time to spike the coffee a little.
Right.
But no, this is not one of the movies like The Happening or those other two where people were like, stay away from it.
Objectively bad movies. Like
I don't know what you were doing here. Like the Lady in the Water, like it was with a girlfriend and she was enjoying it, which made it so much harder. You ever sat and watched a bad movie with someone who's really into it?
Yeah.
And you're just like biting your tongue?
I watched in theaters the Red Dawn remake.
That is so bad.
With my whole family. They made me go, And I was so upset. I was like, "Can I leave?" My mom's like, we're staying for this movie." And I was like, "This is awful." And then like her boyfriend at the time really did twist the knife because he knew I was just hating the movie. We were leaving the theater. He goes, "That was a good movie." And I'm
What
like,
do you do? What
"No,
do
it
you do?
wasn't." I'm like, "No, it wasn't a
I
good
was
movie."
at the theater when I saw a friend bump into his other friend who
Ugh.
told his friend straight up after seeing it that Deep Blue Sea was way better than Jaws, and I'm just like, this
Oh
guys.
my
I
god.
know. It's like, come on, man.
That's
Like,
like a
I get
crime against humanity.
different taste and everything, but maybe recency bias, but Deep Blue Sea is not a better film than Jaws.
Might be the worst take I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. That's why one of the reasons I miss video stores is people when you could hear people's bad takes on movies. I saw an elderly mother telling her middle-aged daughter that the Book of Eli was the best movie she'd ever seen
Oh my
when they were
god.
standing in front of it on the rack.
It's the
I
best
was like,
movie that's ever been made.
it isn't in the top 15 for Denzel, you know?
That's bottom tier, Denzel.
It is.
Bottom.
All right, sorry, we've rambled enough. I'm really excited to watch this.
I'm
I'm not
excited
kidding.
too,
I
man.
really am. So
do
so
it.
thank you, Adam, because I probably never would have watched this without this. So I appreciate it. We do want to go and thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us and give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balash Foldez, Chris, Derek Peterson, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Surigunda Varapu, Torgir Linkstad, Weird Magic, and WerePanda47. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, and if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button so stay up to date on the content we've coming your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or we are currently watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. On everything on our Patreon page, you will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You will only see and hear us for copyright purposes.
Yeah. Ooh, a nice tight hour 47.
It is tight.
You love to see it.
I'm waiting for someone to buy Showa.
Jesus.
I'm in charge more than I've debated just like one day just doing it. And like
Showa?
yeah, just like laying on the couch and like, here we go, guys, on the channel. Like here's a 9.5-hour movie if you want to watch it.
A draining day, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd sit with like food and drinks.
For sure.
I'd lay down in my pajamas. It wouldn't be like sitting upright.
Mm-mm.
Aesthetically, his camera work, I don't know about his not great movies, but his camera work is always good. I mean, it really is.
That's what I loved about
Bryce Dallas Howard's in this.
He is. That's what I loved about Old though, was the camera work was phenomenal. Adrian Brody? Wow.
Okay. Was this before or after The Piano?
The Pianist was after.
The Pianist.
Yeah,
The Piano's a different movie. Sigourney and William Hurt. This is a loaded cast. Yeah.
This is after. The Pianist was 2002.
Okay, so he'd already had his Oscar by now.
Yeah, he's an Oscar winner.
And Brendan Gleeson. It's got kind of a Tim Burton feel to that.
Almost, yeah. I wonder if this is more like a gothic horror kind of thing.
Oh, that is a child.
So that I may walk.
Yeah.
That's always rough. 1897.
Did we make the right decision to settle here?
7 years old.
That sucks. So this is 1897. This is. I was about to say, this isn't like a New England, early America settlement. This is pretty late in the process.
Yeah.
Maybe California then?
Yeah.
Northwest? Northwest?
It's got to be like in Pennsylvania or something, because he's always everything he does is like in the Philadelphia area.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It just seems like 1897 seems late in the game to be settling in Pennsylvania.
For sure.
There's Adrian, bro.
So he's not well.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the one who's off a little bit. Is that supposed to be like natives playing horns or something, or
in 1897?
That's what I've seen. The timing seems so weird because this has a feel of like
the end of the
1700s, right? And it's definitely not. Yeah, there are cars, you know, that are steam cars, but yeah.
Yeah, because like it feels like the Crucible, but that was like
that's what I'm saying. 100 years before, 200 years before, yeah.
Ah, this does seem a little strange.
Rival Village.
That'd be awesome.
It would, wouldn't it?
It's like gangs in New York.
Yeah, I can hear the flies.
Did you move this?
No, Mr. Walker.
But who is the culprit? Who has done this heinous act?
Those we don't speak of killed it.
Those we don't speak of have not breached our borders for many years.
Okay, so there is something out in the woods.
I ask permission to cross into the Forbidden Woods and travel to the nearest town. I will gather new medicines. They will see I am pure of intention and not afraid.
I'm going to take that as a hard no.
Yeah.
Okay, so there really is something out there. I thought it was like a horn or
So
something.
okay, this is 1897.
Right.
They're probably still pretty primitive because
They've been there forever.
Whatever is surrounding them is like preventing them from leaving this area.
Yeah, they've been isolated.
So it might as well be the 1800s. It might as well be the 1700s.
Right.
Oh, there's a little fox.
What we seem to have amongst us is a predator of some type, but leaving the flesh torn may be a sign that this animal suffers from madness.
Or it's like a demon or something.
Right, yeah.
Keep careful watch over our little ones as they play on the hills. Those we don't speak of are much larger creatures than coyotes.
I'm in love. I want your permission to marry, Papa.
In a moment such as this, where is the boy in all this,
I
Kitty?
haven't spoken to him as of yet.
Her name is Kitty in this too.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's probably why they named her Kitty on
Arrested Development. Yeah.
Not tell anyone else of your burstings until you have spoken with the young man.
There you go.
That's fair. He doesn't know he's about to get engaged.
Yeah. I really wish it was Jeffrey Tambor.
Good afternoon, Lucius. I love you, Lucius.
I want to tell you something. I love you.
love you like the day is long. We should bellow it out with all the breath in our lungs.
Oh my God. She is shooting her shot here. This is how I felt. I just watched The Sopranos where... That was good.
That's a good hard cut.
Where Artie hits on Adriana.
Oh my God. It's so awkward. I love Artie Bucco, but he's so cringe.
Is long and love is deep.
It was a really good edit there, by the way. M. Night, nice work.
I often wondered if you and my son bonded because neither of you is fond of speaking. You're very kind.
Just a few more moments. I'll gather your bravery.
What?
Not just some about so. You ruined my shirt.
Jesse Eisenberg about to get murked right
I
before
think
it
so,
began.
yeah. He's just like Charlie Chaplin.
He is, isn't he?
Like a dog can smell you.
That's a great shot.
Why are you doing this? Like, is this like a dare?
What a striking image, though. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
it is.
There's something so absurd about him standing like that it's just so.
Oh my God, there really is something out there.
Yeah. Yeah, hightail it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a coyote.
No.
It's like a werewolf or
Yeah,
something.
there's like branches getting broken. There's something big. Oh, God.
You're in trouble, you know.
No hitting. No
Time to place you in the quiet room.
He's going to be in a movie this year called The Brutalist that is 3.5 hours and has an intermission. Oof. Yeah, apparently it's amazing. So I can't wait to see it.
Some people, just a handful, mind you, give off the tiniest color. Do you wonder what your color is? Well, that I won't tell you. It's not ladylike to speak of such things. You shouldn't even have asked. You used to hold my arm when I walked.
You're holding the bad color.
Red? It looked red, whatever's in his hand, yeah.
That's what they buried
Okay,
the
so
flower.
they buried the red
cool.
flower.
Got
Okay.
It is my belief that Noah Percy has entered the woods.
There are secrets in every corner of this village. Do you not feel it?
I'm pretty curious how whatever this is, and how's there a truce between monsters and these people?
Is it like a Game of Thrones situation where Craster offers up a baby?
Right.
You know?
What makes you think he has feelings for me?
Never touches you.
I mean, restraint, I guess. I mean,
He thinks the lady does protest too much.
yeah. So they must really hate yellow. I mean,
It could be a rival village that just like is keeping up the wives' tale with the noises, and I said it could be a horn. It might be. You know what I mean? It could be just people that are doing this to keep them out.
I'm thinking that because of the yellow cloaks they're wearing versus the red. What, you know?
Kitty is to be married. She's found love. I'm now free to receive interest from anyone.
She's coming on strong too. Dang.
Who might have interest?
This isn't anybody.
These girls were taught to be bold in their family.
Yeah. We're gonna get like a jump scare.
I wouldn't have looked. Yeah, we sure are, we?
Dude. Oh,
That got me. Someone was wearing red. I actually jumped at that, yeah.
Rival village, red.
Right.
Yeah.
That was definitely a person.
Yeah.
He's kind of hanging back, isn't he?
He's curious. I think he wants to see what it is.
Oh,
okay. Maybe it's definitely not a person.
But they're wearing a robe. I don't know. It could still be a person.
Lucius is outside walking.
Look at that shot. It's right there.
It's definitely right there, isn't it? Yeah.
Holy cow! Yeah, the way they shot that.
I'm still gonna go with somebody in a costume. It just.
Do you think so?
I mean, they're wearing hoods.
Yeah.
I think it's another village.
I pray that my actions will cause no further pains.
Well, yeah, but the dead
Keep the
rabbits were
sorrow.
inside.
Lucius Hunt.
Yeah. What's up with that? They can leave us messages. Right. We can't take their berries.
I'm just saying they've already. It's already been broken.
There was a fox. There was a rabbit.
Yeah.
And that rabbit was like pretty close to like the school there.
Right.
I had an elder sister. My sister did not live past her 23rd birthday.
Cheers.
A group of men took her life in an alley by our home.
That was just a wedding?
No one takes their time, unless there's been a time passage here, I guess.
I somehow don't think there has been.
Not much of one. Doesn't feel like it.
I think they just moved quickly back then.
What I want out of this more than anything is to get the story of these people, because they are so out of time with what the time should be.
For sure.
It's like, you are living 200 years off. Did you leave your door open? Yeah.
Okay, so far they haven't killed anybody.
Right.
It's just animals.
It's a lot of animals,
though. Oh my god, yeah. I think you're right. I think it is a person too.
Yeah, I think there's another village that just wants their
stuff,
their village, their land. It's basically the number 7 from Blazing Saddles, where you go whooping in a wall.
Like that game the boys played this dump. They put their backs to the woods. I understand you hold the record.
Oh my god.
It will never be broken. When we are married, will you dance with me?
I will dance with you on our wedding night.
Yeah.
He got there.
Woo. Okay. Oh, she's crying.
Yes, she is.
Okay, now I'm worried something's going to happen to one of them.
Right.
Because this being like a thriller movie, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is all too sweet right now.
Is this about Ivy and myself?
To be. Oh, he's probably jealous because he was hanging out with Ivy so much. That's why he's crying.
Got it.
Don't turn your back on him.
Yeah,
the camera pushing there. Oh my god!
Whoa!
I didn't think it would go that far.
That was a great reveal.
It was.
That was so well done. That was like very Hitchcock.
Noah?
Well, you have bigger issues than what color's on your hands.
Noah, Percy was found with quarts of blood upon his clothes and hands. And he will not speak as to whose it is. God in heaven.
Anybody seen Lucius?
She has to know that that's a possibility, right?
Yeah, because he's not around.
Right.
He always, she's got her hand out.
And the fact that she can't be too dumb to Noah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that sucks.
Take her!
Yeah.
Take her!
What do you do in this situation with him, though?
My heart just sank.
Yeah.
That's awful.
He may pass at any time.
Oh, he's still alive.
If he dies, all that is left to me will die with him.
If there were no limitations, what could be done?
You're thinking of going to the towns. You have made an oath, Edward. You have taken the oath.
But somebody else hasn't?
Yes, the king.
That's what she's saying. That, listen to me. Yeah, you've taken the oath.
Yeah, said somebody who hasn't taken the oath.
It's got to be someone younger, because it's the elders have all said they wouldn't go back to the town.
You can't send
Not her.
You can't send her.
Send Jesse Eisenberg. He
Yeah,
can at least see.
yeah.
What do you know about your grandfather?
He was the wealthiest man in the towns.
Your grandfather, James Walker, died in his sleep. A man put a gun to his head and shot him while he dreamed.
So is that why they're all here? It was violence in town?
It must be.
I mean, that's what it sounded like, right?
It really did, yeah.
His grandfather, and that's why they decided to leave because of the violence?
Yeah.
Or his dad, yeah.
Ivy has asked to go to the towns.
Well, like it's kind of like an anti-Little Red Riding.
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
The color switched.
I didn't even think about that. That's a great point. And like the Red Hood is on whatever that
On the
creature
wolf,
is, yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering, are they going with her or they just walk her to the edge?
Yeah.
Answer, she's going alone.
Good luck.
Seriously. Well, maybe. Okay, are they going with her?
Maybe to like a certain point.
Right. I think it'd be great if someone who could see went with her.
I think that'd be really helpful.
We have the magic rocks. They will keep us safe.
Will they?
Why have we not heard of these rocks before?
Yeah.
That's a good question, yeah.
Ivy, there's something in these woods. You won't be safe.
You're leaving
He's
too?
bailing on her too.
Because you cannot see, they will take pity on you.
If I was William Hurt, I'd be so bad. I'd be like, you left my daughter who can't see?
Yeah, you don't leave the blind girl alone in the woods. That's idiotic.
Yeah, I think they're just rocks.
They were her rocks. She knew, yeah.
We have the magic rocks.
Right.
Oh.
Those we don't speak of!
So they're not real. They're people. Yep.
So it's a costume.
Oh, it's their costume to keep people from leaving.
Forgive us our silly lies, Ivy. They were not meant to harm.
So the bad guy's just Adrian Brody being an idiot.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's still a twist coming then, because he says, I believe one of the elders did it.
Right.
Watch it be like there really is some sort of magic or something. You know what I mean?
There's something we still don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to be plot-wise really significant.
Yeah.
On this paper has been written, a tool of medicine. It is common in the towns. Are you ready to take this burden, which by right is yours and yours alone?
So what do you do with Adrian Brody then? What is their criminal system in this place?
I think they probably would.
He's just locked in a house right now.
I don't know. They don't really seem like the violent type, so I doubt they kill him. They probably just keep him in prison then. For a period of time that he's probably just out, you know.
Forgetting for her as much as for Ivy. Yeah.
It's the opposite of the Crucible.
Right.
There are no witches. We are the witches.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah.
I guess that kind of is like
that is the Crucible.
That is the Crucible. Yeah. So it's very
teenage
similar.
girls are witches.
Very is a similar story there.
Yeah.
That's clever.
What have you done?
He is the victim of a crime.
It is too painful! I cannot bear it!
You have jeopardized everything we've made.
Let her go.
For sure. I'm glad he
If
can
it
see
ends,
that.
it ends. We must not run from heartache.
I feel like their clothes are later period. I'm wondering if this is 1897 at all. Look at his suit and tie and shirt.
Hope, let her
It's like 1900s.
I think it's later. I do.
Place is
I don't know how
worthy.
later, but I think it's later.
She will be successful in her quest.
You know what I mean? Like the tombstone?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to actually be 1897.
That's a good point.
It could be later. It
Yeah.
could be the 50s based on what they're wearing. But they're wearing period costumes that don't all match the same period. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, look what the ladies are wearing.
Right. God.
Oh, that got me. Yeah.
Gee. If only there was some freaking guy that was there with her that could see that could have warned her about that ahead of time.
If only she would have told the guy with her, hey, guess what? There's nothing out here. My dad lied to us all.
I mean, really?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something that you can't tell anybody.
Right.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're so good. We can make it.
I kind of wish she would have just told him that,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like, just me and you now.
Yeah, now that we have the backstory on that, it's like, dude, there's nothing here.
There's no weird pig, porcupine,
right? Yeah.
monsters.
Yeah, but we know they don't actually mean anything.
Sure.
It's a good shot, though.
Really good shot. Part of me thinks there might be some sort of magical
Like there's a twist
yeah,
that there's some, there actually is something.
Yeah. Okay. But we know it's a costume. They showed us that.
The question is who's in the costume, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it one of the elders that doesn't want her to go, that chased her, to stop her?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, cool. That's a really cool shot.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, clever.
There you go.
Don't feel bad for you, homie.
No, dude.
You are not a good guy. It's hard to sympathize with him. He's already tried to kill one person and...
Was he dying?
Yeah. Well, he went all the way down. He might have, like, broken his neck.
Yeah. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
He's the monster.
He is the monster. I was kind of curious if they're going to show us what's in the box, too. Watch it be like a PlayStation.
PlayStation.
3 blocks from our apartment.
Well, this is modern.
My brother worked in an emergency room downtown. Through his left eye.
It's a grief counseling group that started
Left for the
this.
supermarket at 9:15 in the morning.
Looks like the 70s.
Yeah.
University of
So this might be modern if the kids have all grown up.
University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's a girl.
Oh my god.
This is like right now.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a
cool twist.
That is a cool
That's
twist.
a good twist.
Yes, it is.
Please return to your vehicle.
Oh, we've seen him in something.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
That's not Abe from Mad Men, is it?
I need to find a doctor of medicine. I must find these things. We must make haste.
You live in there?
I do, sir.
Dude, put it together.
Help her out.
Come on.
I could have figured this out.
Yeah.
a minute and a half ago.
We have guard shacks every 10 miles around the perimeter of the preserve. We keep medical supplies in there in case of animal bites. You have to wait here.
Please.
Oh, he's
sir.
not going to turn her in.
Please. Take this as payment.
It was just some teenagers. They were lost.
Oh. This
I'll
is
give
the
you some
sweetest guy
advice.
alive.
Don't get into conversations. You start getting into how some estate is paying all of us, and no one's allowed to go in there and disturb the animal sanctuary.
They're being paid to not go in there. Yeah.
So they're all rich, and they're like...
He said his dad was rich, so
Yeah.
they just paid these guys off.
They've been in there for like 30 years, probably.
Yeah.
To keep plane routes from flying over this place.
Oh, there you go.
By the way, that's pretty sure that's Shyamalan.
Yeah, he's always in
He's always in his movies. Yeah. He's just gonna steal it without the other guy knowing. Good for him.
Yeah.
Clinton's really good at that stuff.
Hey, Jay, where's the maintenance ladder?
He's gonna help her get back over the ladder.
You need to fix a sign.
Oh, they know who the creature is. They know it's Noah.
Yeah.
I was like, people gonna figure it out? Yes.
Yeah. See, yeah, that must be his mom then.
Yeah.
He was killed by the creatures.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna keep the story going. Just Ivy's in on the secret now.
Son has made our stories real.
But they're just gonna keep going with the lie.
Yeah. That's a pretty dark ending, honestly.
Actually, it is. Yeah. There's no joy in this.
No. But if it works for them, well, but I don't know. I don't know if I can condone that.
The problem is the kids don't have any choice. That's why they have to lie to them.
Yeah, they don't have free will.
They don't have free will. I don't think it's great.
Their whole life is predetermined and it's based on a lie.
For sure.
That's jacked up. That's how we end it. Wow. You know what? I really like that.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, so like, thank God there's people that like don't spoil movies. Obviously, there's some spoilers that are unavoidable. I mean, The Sixth Sense is a movie that like
people still do reaction videos of The Sixth Sense, and it's like, how do you not?
I'm pretty sure
even if you haven't seen the movie, how do you not know how The Sixth Sense ends? What the big twist is?
I'm young enough to where that movie's been in my life for like I was born in '96, and it came out after that, but still, like you just kind of you're aware of it constantly. And I don't remember the first time I saw it, but like I can't remember if I actually knew that Bruce Willis was dead the first time I saw it.
Spoilers, man. Spoilers.
I mean, come on. There's songs that have that in there.
I know.
So it's just like Lonely Island, but
Sure.
but it's like this movie. I think it's not as well regarded as The Sixth Sense is, so people just don't tend to spoil that.
But this one, I will say, this one doesn't get thrown in with the let's make fun of him like Shyamalan's bad streak movies.
No, what I was going to say is that like I said at the beginning, it's divisive. All I've heard about it is people either love it or hate it.
Sure.
I can see how someone's like, actually no, I can't. I don't know how someone who doesn't think this is clever. I feel like this was a really well done movie because like that twist really did come out of nowhere. I don't think that it's like over the top silly. I think it's actually like quite tragic. You know what I mean?
Right. I think if there's one part for me that didn't work, I felt like when the guy went back into the Ranger Shack or whatever you want to call it, the exposition there was clunky as an explanation. Like everything M. Night Shyamalan said there was
here's
over the top. Just in case you missed it, here's the plot. And I'm like, it wasn't written conversationally in any way. I think everything else worked. I really do for the most part.
It's kind of like Psycho. At the end of Psycho,
that 10 minutes that
at
was
the
like
very
okay,
end,
right?
like, that's what it is.
Different era, different audience that you had to really lay things out for. You wouldn't have to do that now in a movie about a psychopath. Like, oh, projection, dissociative personality.
Maybe he's paying homage to that then, because he's kind of. It's like him and De Palma, like their whole thing is like Hitchcock homage, you know? And it's like, all right. The most interesting part of the movie to me, though, was the dynamic in the town.
I think so too.
Like that works really well.
Yeah, I was most intrigued by the idea of like, here's the lie that we're living on, and here's how we execute it, and here's how it works. And Adrian Brody's Noah character was the monkey wrench that was messing everything up, killing and I'm assuming that he was the one they have to figure it out, but that was killing the livestock, and that was Because remember when like they're coming, he's the one that was getting excited about it.
Yeah,
he was the one trying to blow everything up
for sure. And he knew about it too.
He had to, right? Because he knew about the costume.
I mean, I think the implication is he's older, so he would.
No, he was definitely older than
he would have been an elder then, basically. So I don't know what the rules are, but he's got the mind of a child,
right?
And I guess they're like, well, he's old, so like...
someone told him at some point. Yeah, my guess is they told him because he's reckless. You know what I mean? He isn't cognizant of the world, processing it the way other people are. So there may have been a time where his parents are just like, look, man, here's what we're doing. Here's what we need you to do to like really simplify to keep him from blowing things up. Yeah. And it didn't work. He just went a different direction, blowing things up. He was letting in on the secret and thought the secret was fun. Sure. And so he played the secret.
Yeah.
And then he fell in love with a girl who didn't love him back and really screwed up.
It's just, for sure. It's just like the the fact that all these elders are like, these broken people that can't handle it, like they've been beaten down by the world.
Decided to leave the world.
So we're going to
basically.
shelter our children forever.
Yeah, I think however people can disagree, and I'm sure that's a matter of contention and conversation. I find it morally wrong. To take your kids off the grid and say this is what the world is.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like those. I think A&E did a show. It's called like Breaking Amish, where it's like these kids that are like grew up in an Amish community and they leave, and like the documentary
What's it
series
called,
about
Rumspringa or whatever, that year that they.
Well, it's the show is them leaving. Like
Right.
it's like them. It's like a documentary crew that like follows them as they leave the Amish community, and they come into like day-to-day lives and stuff. And that's,
I think it's, and again, I'm not trying to compare the Amish to this, but I think
No,
in those situations,
that's the closest
comparison.
I can think of.
The kids are given a chance to leave for a time, a year, or something like that, to see if to basically pick a lifestyle.
Sure.
I don't know, much about it. I'm certainly no expert.
Sure.
We have Amish who live not terribly far from us.
Yeah.
Their rules have changed obviously over the years. The Amish kids that I've been around have had cell phones, and the parents drive cars.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously there's been some adaptation.
Sure.
But regardless, this is a different story.
This is way different.
This is, we're going to lock you away from the world, and and we're going to lie to you to the point where you never get to make a choice.
Yeah.
And I do think that there's that's over a line.
Right. It's a bittersweet ending in the sense that she gets the tools to save the man she loves, but at the same time, it's like you're still so sheltered and like unaware of the world.
Does she tell him?
I don't think she knows.
Like she knows. She knows that they're living a lie.
They're living a lie. Maybe she tells him about the lie, but in terms of like the scale of things,
I mean, she couldn't see. She doesn't know
exactly.
Anything about, she doesn't know.
She didn't know about Kevin being in a car.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But she does know that everything is a lie that they're living.
Yeah.
I don't know if she tells him or not.
I think she'll tell him because I think like he's obviously going to be a big role there. Like he's obviously going to be like a William.
I don't think she tells him.
Really?
Because I think it's very clear that he would be the one person that would want to leave. He's the one that's been wanting to leave the whole time.
He was the one that wanted to go to the woods.
Right.
She's curious about that.
If she wants to stay and live this life, she can't tell him because if she tells him, he's going to be the first one to be like, let's get out of here then. Let's go see the actual world.
Okay. Well, to dig deeper in that, here's the thing too. She seems like she's pretty much, I mean, she's just as curious, I feel like. I mean, obviously she was brave enough to go in the woods.
Right.
She loves him. Like, no pun, but like she loves him like blindly. I think that like, if he was like, hey, let's get out of here, I think she'd go.
No, she would. I mean, they're going to get married. I mean, I mean, it's his wife, but soon to be wife. She did all this to save his life. Yeah. I mean, if he did say we're going to go, she would go.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think she's going to tell him. I think she's going to be the next generation of let's lie to keep the lifestyle.
For sure.
I think that's why she looked so upset at the end when she was crying, is because it's like, I'm going to have to lie to you to keep this thing going.
That's the fun part about like a movie with an ending like this, is that like we don't really know. Like,
we don't know. We don't know what she's going to do.
Our minds can like race with it. We can think go this rabbit hole, down this rabbit hole. It's
right.
That was clever. That was really well done. Once again, I want to shout out the scene where he gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Loved how they did that. The sound kind of cuts out a bit. The close-up camera, very Demi-esque,
Yeah, very, very much so.
I like that one. That was cool.
It was really cool. And I'm glad, like I said, Shyamalan's movies, in terms of how people feel about them, are all over the map.
Yep.
He's got some really good ones. He's obviously got some not so great ones. But I really did enjoy this one. I did.
I admire the fact that he sticks to his guns. He commits to his own vision, and he's like, I'm going to make what I want to make. If it doesn't work, doesn't work. Guess what? I can try it again.
Right.
I love that.
It certainly doesn't feel like he ever, has much of like like a boardroom, hovering over production studio, telling him what he's going to, making changes, telling what he's going to do,
maybe that's what happened with The Last Airbender. When I said Avatar earlier, that's what was.
That's what I meant. Yeah. It's called Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's what it is. I haven't seen it.
It's based on a cartoon.
I knew there were cartoons. I didn't know like which one was first.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it was on Nickelodeon or something.
It just clearly people panned it hard.
Well, I think that's what it was. I think he made these studio movies like that.
Happening.
It clearly didn't work.
Right.
But I admire the fact that he sticks to his guns and he's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do.
I have seen plenty of clips of Mark Wahlberg playing the science genius in The Happening.
I don't remember if I've seen it.
I have not, but I've seen clips of it, and it's like, oh, this looks terrible. This is some weird casting. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg playing your science genius did not work.
I've seen some line readings to that movie.
Oh yeah.
What?
Right.
No, it looks really bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm sure it's not great.
I think it has like an 8% Rotten Tomatoes. Which, look, Rotten Tomatoes, it's all subjective, but at the same time, if it's an 8%,
if
that's pretty damning.
If 92% of the critics polled in that say it's a bad movie, I'm going to assume it's a
for sure.
All right, we'll catch you next, guys. Thanks so much.